heard a ringing bell this morning, and it woke me from a dream. And in that dream I heard a warning.
Hey guys, I'm Andrew with Rossmönster. Today we're going to walk through a build coming out of the shop. This is a 2022 Ford Transit. It's a 148 wheelbase, all-wheel drive. We're going to start today by talking about some of the exterior features and then step inside. This one's super custom, so I hope you guys like it. Starting on the passenger side of the van, here we have a Dometic electric awning, which is super nice. You'll notice that it is legless, so you can go ahead and walk through. You're not going to walk into any legs. This is also electric, so you either have a remote or a switch on the interior. And then this also has wind detection, so when the wind picks up and it starts to shake, you'll notice that it senses that, automatically puts it away. The nice feature is that if you get caught in a windstorm, this isn't gonna rip your awning and throw it over the side of the van. Also here on the passenger side, we have our exterior table. This one's a little bit different. We put just magnets right here, so that when this goes up and away, there's not any hardware here visible, and it just clips, secures, super clean finish there. And then to open it, you just kind of grab there. This thing comes all the way down. Nice table again to place your drinks, place your tools, whatever else you might have out here, cook out here. It's a great table surface. Here we are at the front of the van. You'll notice on the front we have a backwoods front bumper, as well as some Pathfinder little pod lights. Down here low running lights in the bumper, as well as two big Pathfinder lights. These are going to be great for driving on some back roads late at night. Up top, you'll also notice that we have a backwoods roof rack, as well as a light bar on the front. That's this small little light bar, so it's super discreet, but yet still really powerful. All of these exterior lights are controlled by an aux beam controller on the dash, and we'll kind of step inside and show you where that is too. It's in a more discreet location, which is nice. And then up on the roof, we have 570 watts of solar, as well as an AC unit and a fantastic fan. On the driver's side here, a new thing for us, this is the first one that we've seen like this. I know that they're becoming more popular now, but you'll notice the full length flare. This is called the Mega Flare from Flare Space. So typically Flare Space will just bump out this rear panel in the van. The Mega Flare is the entire side, so they also bump out this front section. It's really cool. It extends your living space in the entire length of the van, which is unique. And you can also put windows both in the back, which we've seen on a lot of other vans, and then also up here in the midship window as well. Here we are on the inside of this van. This client was very particular, and it was super fun to work with him. We tried to have everything be super sleek and clean. And then we also had a very two-tone theme in this van. So you'll notice predominantly it's going to be this tan color and then this green color. What's a little bit different in this van is these are Formica cabinets, and then all of the paneling in here is going to be Sileather. So when you look at the bench seat, it is the same exact material as your walls, so everything flows together. It's also very, very close, dare I say identical, to the Formica upper cabinets, and really upper cabinets, but anything over like waist height is going to be the same color. So it's pretty cool to see the bench flow into the wall, into the upper cabinets, and then into the ceiling, which really ties it all together. And then the other two, or the other color in here, is going to be this dark green, kind of accented with our dark countertops, as well as dark cabinet pulls, outlets, switches. So again, the theme was to keep everything really sleek, but also keep everything super functional. Briefly talking about layout in this van, you'll notice behind the driver we have our folding bench seat. This can be used with the driver's seat to make a full length bed here on the driver's side. Moving rearward, we come into our galley, kitchen galley here on the passenger side, as well as your fridge on your driver. In the rear, we have a really wide garage space. We have a Murphy bed which folds down to sleep widthwise, as well as a folding shower at the rear doors as well. Behind the driver's seat here, we have one of our folding bench seats, so super easy. This flips around, makes a platform. This is great to be a day bed. It also can be used with the driver's seat to make a lengthwise sleeping bed when you have a friend in here. You'll also notice here, this is the interior side of this Mega Flare. You see it gets boxed out, so it's a nice windowsill. If you're in here using this as a day bed, set your water bottle, your book, whatever you might have in there. Folding up this backrest and looking underneath this bench seat, you'll also notice you have tons of storage. You have your 2 heaters in here for your Timberline heater hot water system. And then, as many people will use it, it's a nice bench seat. You can look out your sliding doorway, open that up, sit here, cook with a friend, do whatever, just hang out in the van. It's super comfortable. Moving into the galley, on this side we have our sink and our induction cooktop. You'll notice that this whole galley cabinet was built as narrow as possible. The big depth determining thing was this undermount sink right here. You see that to maximize all of this space, we even moved the faucet and soap dispenser rearward of this sink so that we didn't have all these items just taking up more depth. Again, the goal was to keep the aisle as big as possible, and as we move back, you see that it even steps to give a larger garage space in the back. On this galley cabinet, you've got your flip-up countertop extension. We put this lip around the entire countertop here, which is super nice. It really provides a nice cooking space. You have a 2-burner induction cooktop, and then right behind me on the driver's side here, this is a Vitrifrigo Slim 150 fridge. These are great as well. You have tons of fridge space, a drawer in the bottom, and then you also have this nice freezer at the top of this. Very on par with this client. We use some cabinet pulls that we have not used before, and these are super awesome. From the outside, they look like some of just our regular minimalistic pulls, except there's no RV latch. In the pull itself is the latch. So you pull it out, you'll see as I pull this, it actually releases that latch. So similar to slam latches that many people are familiar with, these are nice. As this drawer closes, it clips. Now it's super secure. Similarly, the upper cabinets also have pretty unique pulls. They're going to be undermount pulls right here. You pull that, it comes up. Again, similar, just a little latch here. As you close this, push, totally latched, really secure. You can't just come and pull this and it won't pop open. But most importantly, there's no cabinet pulls on these upper cabinets. Very minimally intrusive. You're not going to walk by and snag your shirt on it as you're walking through this aisleway. Stepping back to the rear of the van, here we are at the rear doors. You'll notice one of the nice features is you have this countertop, which runs the entire length of the van. It also gets notched and runs into the flare space here on the passenger side. This is by far one of the biggest kind of galleys that we've had in a van, also the biggest gear storage. This is roughly 32 inches wide and full height since we don't have a fixed bed in here. On the passenger side here, we have a folding shower. This is made by Tetravan, which is a pretty cool option. You twist that, it opens, comes down, sits on the floor. You have your retractable shower hose, which here pulls out. You'll have a shower curtain that you set up here. You'll step in here. The other nice feature is you have your fan right above you. So as you're showering, you won't have that shower curtain like sticking to you in your way. You can actually push air down and it'll push that shower curtain out. And then it folds up, goes away. Again, this is not going to be like a floor to ceiling shower. Just use it when you want. When you're not using it, there's almost no space that it takes up in the rest of this van. On the driver's side here, we have our Murphy bed system. So you have a latch in both the front and the rear. You'll undo these 2 latches. This folds down, lands on a cleat on this passenger side. This mattress folds down and pops into place. You have your full sleeping width in here with these flares, super spacious. This bed panel also goes all the way to folding this bed up. You can keep all of your sheets on this mattress, which is pretty nice. It just flips around in half, and then you can lift up this bed panel like so. It stores up and away. And you've got your 2 toggle latches here, which secure it in the front and secure it in the back. Now it's up and away. You have full access back to your garage space. Also in this garage area here on the driver's side, you'll notice we have these 2 doors here. This top door pulls down and provides access to just storage of whatever you would like. If this pops up, on the underside, this is going to be the electrical cabinet. So in here we have all of his electrical components, 3000 watt inverter. We have 750 amp hours of lithium batteries in here. We also have the refrigerant compressor unit for the Slim 150 fridge. It's just kind of tucked away on the back side. Again, both the electrical on this side and the plumbing cabinet on this side were built extremely minimally. Not a whole lot of room to spare. On this side, this is the plumbing cabinet. You see that you have most of it consumed by this water tank. You also still have access to your blowout port. And then we put threaded inserts on the shower. So if he ever needs to go in there and service like his water pump or any of his other plumbing components, he can easily pull the shower and get access to all of that. And then just rearward of the sink, kind of up and to the left of this plumbing cabinet, you have your water pump and gray water control. So Undermount gray water tank, you have your electric dump valve right here, so you can drain that whenever you'd like. And then your water pump switch over your freshwater tank monitor right here as well. So easily monitor all of your systems there. On the passenger side here, we talked about how this countertop runs the whole length and how we kind of stepped this back in so that we have a bigger garage space. Most of our builds will have under cabinet lights, which is a nice kind of prep lighting. This van is a little bit different. We have our high-tech flares in these lights in the flares. You touch those, this turns on for good lighting. You also have little USB ports in these flares right there, so you can plug stuff in if you want. You also have an outlet right underneath this prep space on the face of this cabinet so that you can plug in whatever appliance you need as you're in here using this van. At the rear of the van here and in the middle, we'll talk about our roof ventilation. In the rear we have this fantastic fan, which again is kind of over the shower intentionally. And then forward of that, we have our Dometic 12 volt AC unit. So super efficient. There's also different modes. You can run it on eco mode or like the powerful all compressor mode where you are actively cooling the van really efficiently. You also have some controls up here over your fridge to control the Timberline heater. And then the other controls are up over the sliding door, which is nice. In transit vans, we have this additional space. So we relocated some of the switch, some of the monitors up here so that it's really consolidated in 2 locations in this van. Thanks for watching this van tour today. Again, this is a 2022 Ford Transit all-wheel drive 148 wheelbase. Continue following along. Let us know if you guys want to see anything specific in these walkthroughs, and we'll see you next time.